Welcome, peoples and gentle thems. I don't know why I looked at my camera to do this intro, because you're listening to an audio version of a show. Welcome to the chaos that will be Aspect Ratio, episode numero uno, singular. Can we make it to two? I guess that depends on how people actually enjoy this. I am your host, Smack. I am a streamer, and I am here to talk to you about all things content creation. I'm not doing it alone, though, because I am joined by my wonderful buddy, my bestest pal, my bro from another hoe. It's Dan Siles. Dan, how's it going?
Bro from another hole. Jesus Christ. I'm doing good now. I mean, I was doing good now. Now I've just been called my mother's a hoe.
So is mine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. The sad thing is my mother listens to these as well. My mum watches and listens to everything I do.
Hi, Mrs. McDonald.
It's Mrs. Mackenzie. They separated ages ago. Anyway, God, yeah, Mrs. McDonald. Screw it. That's a completely different person. This little intro that you're getting here, folks, this is roughly what I would expect most of these shows to be like, if I'm brutally honest. Dan and I are known for not being the most coordinated and sensible individuals when it comes to recording things.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we barely plan stuff as well when we go on a tangent anyway. So
exactly. I mean, the notes for this show are literally just 5 headlines, 5 titles.
Talk about this. Talk something about this, something about this, something about this, done.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I thought if I start writing down actual notes, none of them will get discussed anyway, let's be brutally honest. And the reason, some people have said, like, the people who know that we're doing this, a couple have asked me, like, are you doing a video version of it? And initially I was like, no, because Dan and I have both got faces for radio. But then I did think, like, we'll release a video version of it, so if you are listening to this on the YouTubes, you're just seeing a bog standard screen in the background, but we figured having it there as an option for some folk would be good. If you think maybe seeing a video version of this, where like me and Dan are actually on screen and talking back and forth, and then having the audio as an alternative, let us know in the comments. There could be things, I just think with some of the topics we've got coming up, maybe occasional visual aids might come in handy, but hopefully we can just paint pictures with our words.
Or, if you really like it, we could just use Microsoft Paint, the best form of art there is. And it is. And I don't know about my artistic skills is fantastic.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that 90% of my followers on Twitter are all from graphic designers who probably use Microsoft Paint anyway, if I'm brutally honest. So, yeah.
Oh, do you know the layouts that I use? That we used for the Pokemon stuff ages ago. Yes. Those were made with Microsoft Paint.
Were they?
Yeah.
That's not bad for Paint, to be brutally honest with you.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not bad for... There you go, folks. Any of your Microsoft Paint needs, go to Dan. Just check out twitch.tv/DanSiles91.
Get a free subscription to Microsoft Paint.
But yeah, if you do want to check out any of the content that Dan and I put out alternatively, links are down in the descriptions, either in the video or in the audio down below. We both stream on Twitch, one of us more consistently than the other.
Give it time. 2 more days before my game comes out. Probably.
Exactly. Well, we'll find out what Dan's game is later on in the show, because that is one of the topics we're going to be going over. But yeah, we do also release content on YouTube as well, which, like I say, you might be watching this on. And yeah, we do things, we do stuff. We are content creators, but the most inconsistent content creators you'll probably find. Which means this podcast might turn into the most consistent thing we do.
Well, it's just sitting and talking, which we do pretty much any tier anyway.
Well, my thinking behind it was, and I don't know if you've applied this as well, is I don't have to go and get fucking showered or do anything before I record this. I could just roll out of bed.
I mean, think of it this way. I mean, this is probably not a pleasant sight for anyone, but I'm just sitting here in my shorts wearing a dressing down.
Aggressing down?
A dressing down, sorry.
Jeepers. There we go. That's the first foible of the day from Dan.
This English is hard.
But yes, this is me, that is Dan, and yeah, I think a little catch up, a little bit of history from both of us. Normally what we'll do here is just have a quick catch up between the two of us as to what's happened since like our last show that we've recorded. But since this is the first one, I figured we'll use this just a couple of minutes to tell you folks who it is you're actually listening to and what you can expect to come up. So as I said earlier, my name's Smack. You can find me online, Smack the Streamer, on Twitch, on Instagram. You can go to smackthestreamer.com. We'll take you direct to the website, and you can search Smack the Streamer on YouTube if you wish. You'll find some of my content. I primarily stream. I do release some other content on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and all that jazz. And right now, I primarily stream things like Dead by Daylight and State of Decay 2. However, I am branching out now into some more just chatting categories where we're starting to learn new languages and do some tier lists because they're fun. And I like debates, chaos, and usually killing Dan and Among Us.
I mean, first off, yes, the Among Us thing is. But going over your Duolingo stream yesterday,
Yes.
there was so much coffee. Fucking coffee.
Cafe. Cafe.
Pretty much, that's all it was. Just coffee, bitter, please.
Cafe and milk. Cafe und Milch.
I mean, I'm still wondering who wants wine with their coffee. To be honest,
I was going to say, was that Wein und Tee? Tea. Wine and tea.
Wine and
What?
tea. Wine and tea.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
It was beer und Coffee. Cafe. Fucking, I just, as you can see, I clearly took in a lot of the lesson.
It was like there was also like bread and wine.
Yes.
Like a whole loaf of bread with their wine.
Yeah, Brot und Wasser was a big one. Bread and water. I'm like, fucking hell, Jesus Christ.
You really are getting this Duolingo, aren't you?
Mate, you've fucking no idea.
You might as well just start do this show in German.
Eine to watch it. No, fucking, I'll just butchering it straight away. Yeah, right, crack on. So, Dan, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I'm done. I'm the most inconsistent content creator, and I'm not saying that just I am the most. As in, I have days where I will upload 5 one-hour videos, which Smack noticed on my YouTube channel ages ago with the Mario, and then not do anything for months, and then start streaming, and then not do anything for months, and then change the channel and do something else.
Yep.
It is, but in a few days I will be restarting that tradition by going and making Twitch streaming World of Warcraft on Twitch on Danzels91. We got the new World of Warcraft expansion coming out in 2 weeks, but the pre-patch phase 2 is starting on Monday.
Oof.
Wait, not Monday, Wednesday.
Yes, yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, it's about 4 days.
Yeah. So and with those comes Twitch drops, which I will be wanting to get.
Ooh. So, yeah, that could be quite interesting. But that is probably, I'm guessing, some of Dan's game highlights for things to watch for later on. So don't spoil too much of it. Basically, it's going to be an hour part of this. The idea behind this podcast is it's going to be about an hour long in general, roughly there or thereabouts. I know what Dan and I are like for going off on tangents, but something tells me we could turn an hour long discussion purely based on purely based on WoW content that's coming up later on. I haven't played it in a long time, and I'm scared to get back into it with Dragonflight because dragons are like my thing. I love dragons and vampires. Give me dragons, give me vampires.
Well, I'm gonna direct you and to anyone who loves dragons to the 3 new videos that World of Warcraft put up, which are called World of Warcraft Legacies.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I would direct you. They're about 10, 15 minutes long videos, and they are basically the prelude into Dragonflight with the new Drakthir playable characters and their experiences, because one of my favorite dragons, and just because he's evil does not mean he's my favorite. Neltharion is not like, front and center, but you get to see a bit of his backstory. It's more fun that way.
It's always nice when you see their backstory. Sorry, what? Sorry, I heard back and instantly got confused. But yes, we will go into all the details of the games that we've either been playing or at least looking forward to playing after we go through our first segment. But the other thing to point out is Dan and I do have, as much as we've got a lot in common when it comes to games and lore and reading over things, we do also have some very, very different game types that we play, as you will find when it comes to discussing game highlights and stuff that's been coming up. So don't worry if you hear this and go, "Ugh, I'm not a Warcraft fan." Don't worry, there will be alternatives. There will be different styles of games coming. It's not all going to be the same kind of thing because, yeah, one of the things that we have in common is that we're very different.
Yes.
If that makes any fucking sense whatsoever.
And zombies. We like zombies in common.
True. I do like zombies. They are nice. But yes, so the primary subject matter will obviously be content creation for this podcast going forward. Now, one of the things that content creation breeds is controversy. constantly. You've
Good
got
old controversy.
fucking thousands. I mean, probably into the millions now of people who create content, be it on TikTok, be it on Twitch, be it on what used to be Mixer, YouTube, Instagram, fucking influencers, Facebook Live, all that jazz. There are tons of, varieties of content platforms and content creators who fill those platforms. Sadly, that also creates a lot of controversy because there's so many people with different opinions. Abilions? I don't know.
Billions, abilities and opinions.
Yes, there are billions. There we go.
There are billions. Billions of billions.
Sounds better than opinionities. But yeah, that also creates, sadly, a lot of drama. And yeah, I think sometimes people see drama as such a clout chase when it comes to content creation that it pisses me off. Because I'm like, I am very much the kind of person who goes, I hate being involved in drama, but I fucking love watching it play out sometimes.
You're just sitting there going, "Oh look, something's happened." Grabs popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nom 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 nom.
I am that fucking Michael Jackson meme reply. Just sitting there with a tub of popcorn, like, aha.
Yeah.
Let's continue this.
True.
I can't help it. It's one of those things, like, I can't look away from it. It's got my attention.
So, what would you say is the most?
Oh fuck! This week. So yeah, but
I have three things specifically. One is obviously the content creation. One is obviously the platform that it's on.
Yeah.
And two is of a specific Twitch streamer, who got into right controversy this week, and has apologized, but sort of not.
Oh god. Well, my big thing is, like I said, there's a lot of different platforms, and recently, for those who are on Twitter or not, to be fair, because they've got a website as well, there has been a new platform announcing its intent to launch in 2023. It's just never going to fucking happen, I'm sorry. It's just not happening. They came out initially, so I've gone back to try and find a lot of the stuff online today, and I can't find a lot of it because it turns out the account is now fucking deleted. Or at the very least restricted. However, I thought I'd found it, and turns out it's actually a fucking parody account that uses their logo.
Gamer Network OC.
Yes, it is, and I've got their page fucking loaded up here. It's beautiful. But yes, Gamer Network. I think it's GamerNetwork.com or whatever the fuck it is.
Gamer Network Co, I believe.
Yeah, they initially started like pre-ordering and pre-selling merch before this thing had even launched. Like before it even launched, they had merch going, and it was like 59 or 50 quid, 60 quid, something like that for a hoodie with these fucking logos and everything on it. And it's primarily, it was a fucking one person team in Benji, who is just. Yeah, he has a history of doing this kind of shit before. In the music industry, admittedly, where he was fucking scamming the shit out of SoundCloud rappers. But I'll digress. That's back then. But it just gives you an idea on the individual who we're fucking talking about, who's managing this thing. Essentially, Gamer Network's Twitter feed turned into an absolute shit show around about this time last week, where they were just tweeting out nonsense, like stupid, anti-LGBT rhetoric, using ableist language within their fucking Discord server. Just, it went on a downward spiral massively. Did you see any of it when it first started?
Probably not when it first started, but I did see my first call under it when they were trying in quotation marks to clean up the mess. That's when I first noticed under it, because obviously I'm not the biggest Twitter person here.
Yeah,
it is mainly posting, but I do like finding things to laugh at.
Yeah,
and it's just the way they were trying to clean up.
Yeah,
which was hilarious, because I think didn't they claim they got hacked, which is what sparked this whole thing off?
Oh no! What they claimed that it was their social media manager, who also had control of the personal account of the founder, Benji. This social media manager just went off on one by themselves and was tweeting out all this stuff. And that social media manager was fucking bullshit. They didn't have a social media manager. I'm just scrolling through because a lot of people I know have actually got screenshots and all of this kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were sending out things. We block rude people and trolls because they have no place on our platform. Ironically, you look at their tweets, it looks a lot like their co-founder Benji's tweets as well. Strange, the language always seems to be the same. So yeah, he was managing the social media. The social media manager was managing the account for Gamer Network, and was running the personal account of the co-founder Benji. It's fucking chaos. Like I at one point genuinely felt sorry. Like I was concerned because some of the stuff that was being tweeted out, I'm like, are you okay? Like,
yeah. I mean,
even saying things like "can't take the heat," "you guys are crybabies," like this from their official business account. What the fuck?
I mean, there was also this thing which I saw. I don't know how far back it was, but I saw it was just someone. How it was someone from the UK was making fun of them, so they decided to ban everyone in the UK.
Yes,
from
but
joining their site.
That's what it's spiraled onto now. So
yeah,
it kind of gonna sneeze.
Well,
excuse me.
What was hilarious about it is that they banned everyone from the UK, but they're a company who registered in the UK.
Yes, this is where they're based.
They're based in the UK, and they're just getting rid of, like, you know, their main audience, essentially.
I mean, how are they going to log in themselves to keep coming to stuff they can't get online? They've blocked UK IP addresses.
One of the huge things I think is because they were actually trying to get people beta access and stuff like that, trying to get people to sign up for their site. But they didn't have any, like, terms and conditions. They didn't have any, like, data protection stuff.
Oh, fuck no. That's the worst part of it.
Yeah, they didn't have any of that for when, and then they made a post saying that, oh, don't worry, guys, sign up thing, and we'll get your data protection stuff in a few weeks.
Yeah.
It is. And I'm just like, sure, have my data legally for a few weeks and sell it to Russia.
I mean, they claim that they had all this stuff like in place beforehand. Apparently, it was in place in October when they started taking people's information.
Yeah,
but somehow it took them until the second week of November to release that.
Well, I think it was like, I mean, people have been saying that it wasn't even fully released. It was basically a copy and paste of another company's terms and conditions and data protection stuff.
Yep.
And with just some things changed, like the name.
Yes. The fun thing, so this, let's say, all started with their chaotic stuff that came out. They then released a statement saying we found multiple tweets directed, and this is a direct statement from them, by the way, so I'm not misquoting.
We found them.
Yeah, we found multiple tweets directed towards the LGBTQ plus community. We do not stand by these tweets made by the former social media manager. We stand with LGBTQ plus community. We've reviewed screenshots taken by individuals on Twitter and taken action against the former social media manager. They like to get that former social media manager.
Yeah, of course.
As of now, we're reviewing more things that have came to light and will take all appropriate actions needed. Gamer Network is a platform being built for all communities. We do not stand by these tweets. It's like, no. Just no. They've fucking... I think they put out about 17 different statements in total. One of which was that he got, like, the fucking founder had stepped down. They didn't want to release information based on someone because the community just wanted to attack them. It was a chaotic downfall of a company and a person in the space of like 2 days.
Yeah, but the founder was only one person, if I'm correct.
Mm.
He was only one guy. It was
also the only person in the company.
Yeah, the only person in the company. But when they sent out, when they posted that termination letter, they actually posted the termination thing. It was the founder of blah blah blah. I can't remember his full name, but I think his last name was like Enfield or something like that.
Yeah.
All they did was on the founder's page was just remove his last name to make it look like a different person.
Well, apparently what they'd done is when he actually registered it, he registered it with two names, so his full name and the one minus his surname, so it only had his first and middle name in.
Yeah, exactly.
So what they did was remove the one that was wrong. Which made it look like it's been so bad. And I should add, by mentioning names and stuff, this is all publicly listed information on a company. Like, we're not giving out his address, his location, or anything like that. Everything that we're mentioning here is information that could be found and is available to the general public online. This isn't, we're not doxing anyone. We're not giving out any information that you can't find online for free by doing a quick search. This is all
Yeah,
free
and sadly,
and
if you
clear.
post if you post it on Twitter, fair game, mate.
Exactly.
game.
Now the fun thing was they actually they sent a cease and desist letter. They, not their, no legal team, no nothing else. They sent a cease and desist letter.
Copy paste cease and desist letter.
Honest to God, like I wish I could find the cease and desist letter, because it was fucking brilliant. But but yeah, they sent a cease and desist letter because a few content creators, really, and fucking credit to them, they dug in massively to just be like, nah. This company are fucking scammers. They are ripping the shit out of everyone. We can't stand for this. And there's a few people who I would call online associates. I won't call them friends because that's an offense to the word friends, because I don't know them well enough. I haven't interacted with them well enough. I've watched some of their content. I've interacted with them on social media. They're acquaintances, if nothing else. But yeah, they've. There was a thing put out for them this morning where basically they've been called like the Scamengers as opposed to the Avengers, and they've all had their images photoshopped on top of the Avengers logo because they basically went, nah, fuck this, we're not having it, and called them out constantly. And credit to the community for actually digging in and going, nah, we're not having this. It's chaotic. Like, to see, I knew nothing about them and this company until it began last week, until the drama began last week.
Yeah, like as I said the other day, like eventually, like once everyone started like posting like joining the club, like, oh, I got blocked by Gamer Network. I was like, okay, let's have a look and see who the hell this is.
Yeah.
It is. Gamer Network is no longer Gamer Network core. This account does not exist. So actually,
yeah, exactly. That's the whole account's gone. And then today, I think it was today anyway, or it might have been yesterday. There was actually we've been hacked. Like, the image was changed. We did it, folks. We hacked them. Where is it? Yeah, we hacked them. Goodbye to the mentally unstable. The tweets and everything that were being sent out. It was just. We were until the mentally unstable found us. Now we're out. Good luck. Goodbye, Twitter. We asked a question. It just. Now, the irony is, most of these tweets were sent from an iPhone.
Yeah.
And this is the fun thing, is when you post things on Twitter, it usually tells you where it was posted from. Because I always remember that meme image of a thing going around going, posted by a Glade air freshener. And it's like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you upload a thing from Glade?
Yeah. Posted by Smart Toilet.
Exactly. But it's all these, and like the image was changed, and now it's, yeah, the tweets are coming from an account that no longer existed. You can't find anything. It's just, it's gone. And I'd like to think it's gone forever. But then on my search, I found Gamer Network OC.
Yeah, and I like Gamer Network OC just because they're just taking the crap out of them, to be honest.
The most recent tweet is a great one. It's, anyone know if you can get a refund on Twitter Blue if you only used it for 3 days before deactivating your account, asking for a friend?
Speaking of Twitter Blue, though, come on.
My fucking God. Let's add this into the fucking Twitter drama, by the way. Jesus Christ. The fucking, like, so obviously, for those who don't know, Twitter Blue is like essentially a way of verifying your account and getting yourself a little tick next to your name that usually only celebrities and verified users have.
Yeah, like big content creators.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
so it's like $8 or something a month. I can't remember what the fucking hell it is, but
yeah, $8. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people have, like, a lot of companies have started using it, but the problem is, it's now at that, to me anyway, it's now at that stage where so many people have it, it's irrelevant.
Well, it's not just that, right? It's the fact that it was mainly used so you could show that you are the official account.
Yes.
You are that main person.
Yeah.
So, what did people do? They decided to take the piss. You know?
It's humanity, it's what we do.
I mean, going over a lot of the Twitter Blue stuff, right? We have people imitating the now owner of Twitter, Elon Musk,
Yeah.
who then decided to ban everyone who's named Elon Musk.
This is an open platform. We encourage comedy. It's great fun until the comedy's aimed at you, and then you fucking shut it down quickly. Well done.
Yeah. There's got people imitating Twitter itself, Twitter support, Twitter surveys.
Yeah.
Politicians. I mean, FTX, was it FTX, the thing for insulin?
Yeah,
saying
something like that.
they were going to give like insulin for free, and then and then their stocks dropped, and then they lost 10 billion in stocks
Yeah.
before it all got sorted.
It's just, it's been an absolute chaotic mess because people are now thinking as well, if I'm not verified, if I don't pay this money, then my tweets are going to get buried, no one sees my content, which is a big deal for content creators because sometimes platforms like Twitter are the only consistent way of, you know, sharing your content and engaging with other people, because let's be fair, Facebook is dying.
Yeah. Well, it was also like I think there was something like there's going to be like they're Twitter verified and non-verified are going to get separated into 2 tabs, so that you always see the verified tweets first.
Yeah.
And everything else that's not verified will just get buried under and under and under.
Yeah.
And apparently, it was like people have been started to make discussion groups. They have so they can block out people who, well, really they don't really want to hear from.
Yeah.
Like I've joined specific World of Warcraft stuff, specific Hunt stuff. I also have stuff for my political tirades, which we'll get into later.
Politics. We've gone down that road already.
Politics is hilarious sometimes, dude.
It has its moments.
Because I mean, like I said, Twitter Blue has been imitating some politicians as well.
Yeah, boy.
There was imitating Joe Biden, intimidating George W. Bush.
It's just a fucking mess. It really is.
Yeah. And
It's-
now,
Yeah, so much madness over Twitter Blue. Yeah, go for it.
48 hours after it launched, they stopped giving Twitter Blue. They stopped it. They stopped it.
I know, it's like, how much money did they bring in that short space of time? Like, I'd be intrigued to know how much money they actually raked in that short space of time, because that...
I mean, more than half it, guaranteed, was bought just so people can take the mick out of other people.
Oh,
That was it.
guaranteed. The thing that got me, I understand that, you know, people think to me, I view it as, now I am, and Dan is, we're both Twitch affiliates, right? And I think I might still have Twitch affiliate in my bio for something. But I've also realised that it's completely fucking pointless, because there's so many Twitch affiliates out there that being a Twitch affiliate isn't really a selling point to anything.
Yeah, like, I mean, even if you're like, obviously, I'm not the most active on Twitch.
Online.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can message me, I'll message back. But you want me to stream something? If I'm not feeling it, I won't do it.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly.
But like, even I, as the most inconsistent streamer, decided that if I want to go for Twitch affiliate, I'll get it, and then just won't use it.
Yeah. It's like, there's a lot of debate over Twitch affiliate, which I'll probably save for that might be our topic for episode 2. You never know. But yeah, it's like whether or not people want to stop being, like, just cancel their affiliate agreements and go back to normal and do different ways of raising funds and stuff and doing it as a career, which I get. But because it was available to so many people, and so easily accessible to so many people, it essentially devalued its own meaning. Like, the name of it got devalued. And I think these verified accounts and these tick marks on Twitter Blue is exactly the same. It's gone the same way, where it's just been available to so many, and it annoyed. So many people got annoyed about it. I don't quite know why. Going like, oh, okay, we get it. You've got Twitter Blue, great, cool. We don't want to hear about it. Like, let people celebrate anything that they want to celebrate. If you don't like it, don't engage with it. Don't interact with it. Move on.
I mean, it brings up the whole question of, like, I mean, all these, like, stuff is like all American accounts and stuff like that, and Americans are like big on this whole freedom of speech thing. You know, being able to say whatever you want, whenever you want, and then they get annoyed when people actually do it. Yeah. You know? And it's just like, well, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to give you an example. There was a Twitch streamer who this week who said some very bad things on Twitch.
Okay.
He was True Geordie. You know him?
Yes, I know True Geordie, and his fucking stupid comments that he made on his
and those stupid comments said bad things about some people who have been in a religion who really I've met lovely people from that religion. They're fantastic.
Exactly.
But and then he made 2 videos apologizing. Right?
I've seen the first apology video. I haven't seen the second one that came out. Was that yesterday or the day before?
I think it was yesterday. Yeah. Now, fine. He's apologized, right? He's understood his mistake, and he's saying, but then you get people on his Twitter and on his videos saying, "Well, it's freedom of speech. You should be allowed to say whatever he wants. You should be able to." And I'm just thinking, freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequence.
Thank you. That is one of my fucking
You can,
barrels, my pillars.
yeah, you can say whatever you want, but does that mean you're not going to get ridiculed and or get people annoyed by the things that you say?
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Are you going like obviously you're going to get there's a word I'm looking for and it's an easy word and it's just not there in my brain today. But obviously people are going to like as True Joy did, he got banned on Twitch. His sponsor Gymshark left him.
Yeah.
He got dropped by it. And those are the consequences that he had to pay for that one silly remark.
Yeah.
It is. Now, was he allowed to say it? Technically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But does it mean that it wasn't a bad thing and he should get paid? He should have paid for it.
He 100. I think it hit him. A lot of people have said that his apology video, the first one, the longer one that he did with Lawrence Lawscast, folk are going, "Oh, it's very insincere. He doesn't mean this." I don't watch it consistently, but I have watched a lot of like the True Geordie podcast and stuff in the past because some of the guests. Yeah. I'm one of those. I tend to gravitate towards guests on a show more than I do the hosts on a show. You know, it's like if I see a show and I go, I've never watched it before, but they've got a guest I find quite intriguing. I'll watch it for that guest.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm the same. Like, so, there's a guest on the show. They don't know. Yeah. They don't normally do this kind of guest. We'll go for that. I'll have a look for that guest. Yeah.
If it's just someone who interests me, I'm like, I don't care who's interviewing them. If it's someone who interests, get one of the sidemen on a podcast. I'm going to listen to the podcast. I don't care who's presenting it. But yeah, it's the stuff I have checked out. He's usually quite sincere. He's not, he cares a lot about his friends, his family, and when you see his apology video, I think saying he's insincere is maybe a bit harsh. That's just from me. I think is it maybe exacerbated, drawn out, exaggerated, whatever. Also, I don't think so. No, because this is a guy who, I mean, Lawrence is. You hear it in the apology video. Like his best friend, it's almost like his brother. They've done so much stuff together. Yeah. His wife is Muslim. They're raising their children as Muslim, and this is someone who was on the episode with him when he said these offensive comments.
Yeah, who was like, and obviously, I mean, I'm not going to say that they plan, like, do all that stuff. Like, it might have just been a slip of the cuff, because I mean, they were talking about Andrew Tate here.
Yes. We're talking about a dickhead.
Yes. So I mean, things just get blurted out. He's apologized. He's paid for the mistakes that he's had, that he's done. It's over. It's done.
Yeah. I understand everyone's anger, and everyone's anger is valid, 100%, because what he said was fucking stupid. I won't. Yeah. I don't want to repeat it on here, but
we will not re-repeat it.
Yeah, I mean it's online if you want to find it. Just True Geordie fucking stupid comments. But he has right now. I wouldn't sit and say people should forgive him because he's apologized. I would say we now have to. He's apologized. Now we have to hold him accountable going forward. That's kind of the. It's the one thing I think that when it comes to things like this, where universally people go, that was wrong. We know it's wrong. You shouldn't be fucking doing it. It's not about, to me anyway, cancelling that person instantly. Like, I understand if someone continues to spew idiotic, misogynistic, racist, homophobic hate speech continuously and has no signs of changing or addressing their own attitudes, cool, get them the fuck off the platform because they don't deserve to have a space. If someone comes out with a stupid comment, call them out on their bullshit. If they apologise, don't just forgive and forget, but give them a chance to show that they can actually grow as a person and change. If they take, there's no designated time for it, admittedly. It's not like you go, you have 1 month to be a better human, but allow people an opportunity to change. If they say they are willing to, give them the opportunity to. If that's bullshit from them, they will very, very quickly be fucking found out anyway. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, like I said, he's apologized. Mm-hmm. He knows he's done wrong. The whole podcast know they've done wrong in allowing that comment. And allowing it, I mean, I can't remember if it was a video or on live stream that they did it. If it was a video, I'm surprised they left it.
I think it was a live stream on Twitch, if I remember.
Yeah. With being on a live stream, it's a slip. I mean, I wouldn't say it's slip. I wouldn't say it's a slip because obviously, if it's a slip, that means he said it somewhat before.
Yeah.
But tensions run high when you're talking about Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, they do. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. He's apologized.
Yeah.
Move on.
Give him a chance to, like, don't keep badgering. I think badgering someone when they says they've changed or they feel sympathetic. Oh, but do you? Prove you're sorry? Prove you're sympathetic. It's like, what? Just hang on.
I'm not gonna lie. If someone asks me to prove that I'm sorry, I'm just gonna write the word sorry on a piece of paper in brackets. Proof.
Yeah, but this is it. It's someone, you can't expect someone to prove that they feel bad for something instantly. Like, expecting someone to prove that they accept they've made a mistake, cool. Expecting someone to prove that they're growing as an individual, cool. But you'll see that anyway. They won't have to put the proof down in front of you. If you allow them the space and time to do it, then they will do it. And if they had no intention of doing it, like I say, they'll get fucking found out very, very quickly. And yeah, I'm not against, like, I'm not one of those fucking cancel culture is bullshit, because sometimes cancel culture is fucking brilliant and it gets rid of negative people who do not show any desire to change, grow, or adapt themselves. And again, the fucking individual who caused all these problems with True Geordie, the discussion between, he was a fucking moron and got removed from a bunch of platforms because he was continuously, despite being called out and despite being told he should apologise, just kept digging, kept going. And at that point, yeah, cancel them. Get them the fuck off.
Hey, Lord.
I know, that's me. There we go, Twitter drama. There's been fucking plenty of it. If you've seen anything out there, folks, that you think, hey, this was a bit thing, and you think it should be called into question or discussed, then by all means, send them into this. You can email shackcontentcreators@gmail.com. The email address will be listed down in the bottom of the description as we go as well.
Exactly. So, yeah, we spend our time on Twitter, but we don't get every single piece of drama. So if you've seen drama that you think, hey, this will be hilarious for them to chat about, then give us a bell.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to. If it's just something you think needs another platform or spoken about for a chance for people to share their opinions, then cool, fire it in. And not even just that. If you've got any game highlights or anything like that you want to talk about or you think is a worthy thing for us to discuss, then please send them over. Let's say shackcontentcreators@gmail.com will get you through to us. Speaking of game highlights, we now move on to the section where we discuss game highlights. Fucking ironic, that. It's almost like I planned it.
Transitions.
Yay! So yeah, what's we've briefly covered it already, but what's your game highlight? Is it someone you're playing just now, or is it someone that's coming up that you're excited about that?
I mean, there's two games I'm playing right now. One of them has got an expansion release coming out in like a few weeks. Obviously, a new content update coming in a few days.
Ooh.
Now we're in with World of Warcraft. We're in a place of where the game is broken at the moment, just due to the maximum of systems that are mixed together during the pre-patch. So some systems are getting removed when the expansion comes out, and some systems got brought in when the pre-patch came out. Now we're in the pre-patch system where all those systems are mixed, so classes are just insanely overpowered at the moment. Now, there's this mode in World of Warcraft called Solo Shuffle, which is basically an arena type game. It's player versus player, and it has a ranking system going all the way up to 2,400, which is where the top players, people who stream that stuff, and get all the deals and stuff,
all the good shit.
Yeah. Now, I've recently found out a very overpowered class, and it's not even a damage dealing class.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So I was playing around on it, and it's actually a tank. One's technically meant to do the least amount of damage, but survive the most.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're normally a tank anyway.
Yeah, and normally these tanks aren't normally in arena, but this new mode called Solo Shuffle, where you can just load in, play by yourself and grouped it with another team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And at the moment, Guardian Druids are just incredibly overpowered, to the fact that we are doing 3 times as much damage as a normal damage dealer. Just because of the systems that they are introducing and the systems that they're taking away and meshing together.
Oh, for God's sake.
In the past week, where I've decided to test this thing out, I have gotten to the 2,300 rating, where all these people would normally be streaming.
fuck's sake. Dan's like, IR high level.
Pretty much.
IR pro now.
And I would say that it's because, amazing skill, great gameplay, situational awareness. But no, we have a legendary where we can't be controlled for like 30 seconds, and I press one button and I press another button, and then gun done.
The gun done.
Gun done.
Gun done. Sounds like someone would order a takeaway when I'm going for one.
The thing is, right, these fights normally last 30 seconds. And the specific Guardian Druid legendary specific stage that you can't lose control of your character for the first 30 seconds that you use the ability Incarnation. So
fuck's sake.
They can't get away from me. They gotta live it.
Two choices: leave or die.
Yeah.
And often they choose die.
Pretty much. And then, like I say, the second game that I've been playing at the moment is a game called Hunt Showdown.
Yes, you have streamed this occasionally. This was your occasional return to actually creating fucking content again.
Yeah, but obviously it didn't work because I found a flaw in the system.
Yes.
My system, at least. And that was, it just kept kicking me from the game. Randomly. Like, I tried to stream, like, obviously, my first day back streaming last month.
Yeah.
I tried to stream Hunt Showdown with a few friends, and it just kept on kicking me for the first hour.
Yeah.
And then I was like, screw it, I want to play some Overwatch 2. That just came out. That was a mistake because I ended up staying an hour in a queue.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of the ones where it's just like, do you want to play this game? Guess what? You can't.
And the hilarious thing is, we got into that queue, servers broke, kicked me out, joined the queue again.
For fuck's sake! I think I caught like some of your hunt, like the hunt part of that stream. I think I missed it when you switched over to Overwatch.
Yeah,
I do remember you telling me the next day because I was just like, did you actually get to play a game or?
I mean, it kept kicking me every time I got close to water. It didn't like the water. And don't worry, I finally fixed it because I found the issue.
Was it a cat? Cats tend to not like water.
Yeah, cats don't like. It was basically. Remember when I was in? When I was doing my computer science university course and I was doing computer security.
Yes.
Well, I downloaded the virtual machine on my thingy, which allows me to do the whole computer security. And apparently that VMware needed updating. But the update, since I obviously didn't get a notification of the update, and obviously forgetting about it, was apparently causing the easy anti-cheat software that Hunt use to think of it as, this guy's using hacks, kick him.
Oh, for God's sake. How different games approach hacks, by the way, and cheats is very funny to me, isn't it?
Yeah. It is.
So it's just like, because like I hear Sims content creators going like, hang on, I just need to make sure all my hacks are active or all my cheats are active. And I'm like, sorry, what? Sims know that you have these? Why aren't they?
I mean, The Sims, I'm not the biggest Sims fan. I played Sims 1 and Sims 2, and at best I use them to get out murder tendencies.
Yeah, that's fair.
My ex-girlfriend used to play The Sims a lot, and she found a cheat during like the Sims 3 Halloween's DLC thing that she burned grass, she gained money.
Oh, okay. I mean, as you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, your game just now has been Hunt and obviously your Warcraft stuff as well. How are you? Do you expect to lose several days when the full WoW thing actually comes out?
Oh, I'll put family on notice. Once the whole full thing comes out, obviously I'm a high level mythic player, so I tend to try and get the best gear before the mythic dungeon comes out and the raid comes out. And I like to do that sort of stuff. So the first few days is just me going, well, nothing else in life exists except this.
Yes, this is my life.
It is, and obviously, like I say, I will be streaming it. So but the problem is that the game releases Monday night, 28th at 11 p.m.
Yeah. So
I'll be streaming from 11 p.m.
Jesus Christ! You're just going to be on stream for like 24 hours for like the first 3 days.
Yeah. So anyone who's like on in the UK will be like, watch this later.
I'll come back.
Yeah, I'll get some sleep, and if you're still around,
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, fuck, I'm in bed at 9:30, mate. I'll be snoring by the time you click live.
The thing is, right, this is the one thing that you've got me into, and I don't know why. Is I now go to bed at 9:30. I do. I now go to bed between 9:30 and 10, and I don't know why. It's ever since I've met you, and the first and the first Shakaning we went to, because everyone after the first Shakaning, everyone went to bed at the exact same time because. Well, we did. There's no reason to stay up.
I know. It was fucking brilliant. I felt like Dad escorting everyone. It was great.
Yeah, and then after that, I was just like, get up at 7 o'clock. It is. Have me breakfast. Oh, it's 9:30. Back to bed.
It was. Do you know something? It's amazing. Like Z's the same. Z never used to be like an early night person. She's still not an early morning person. But now I think she was speaking to a family member or something, yesterday, and she was saying to them like, "Oh, I'm in bed by like 9:30 and like asleep by 10:30." They were like, "Sorry, what?" She goes, "Yeah, it's fucking great."
It's like I think my friends, because when I was like in uni and stuff like that, and even then after uni and stuff like that, when I used to speak to them, like we used to stay up and like game and stuff to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
I'm barely awake at 11.
I'm fucking out. I've gone to events and I've been to parties and stuff fucking years ago, admittedly, where folk are like, "Yeah, we're staying out, we're doing this," and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I almost, my last job in Edinburgh, before I left, we had our like Christmas staff party thing, and I said to them all, they were all like, "Oh, what? Everyone's wanting to know what time it starts," and I was like, "No, I want to know what time it ends." I don't give a fuck what time it starts. I want to know what time I can leave.
I mean, that was me at my friend's wedding, to be honest. I mean, I'd like to say, I mean, it's a good friend's wedding, but weddings go on for a while.
Yeah,
they do.
At my own niece's wedding, I left at 9.
That's bedtime for me. Sorry,
I didn't even see the first dance.
Neither did we. I got there. We had all the photos. Cause it was one of my friends. It was one of my online friends who went to his wedding. Went down to Birmingham, and it was like, "Oh, get the group photos and stuff like that." Now, I had to wear my jacket the whole time, like an actual coat.
Yeah,
is because when we were going to the wedding and stuff like that, I had this lovely jacket on, but as I got caught in the rain, yeah, I got caught in rain.
Was Wayne expecting it?
I hope so. As I got caught in the rain, it took us like half an hour in this rainstorm to get into the thingy. It stained the white shirt. It did. So obviously, and this is back when I had like the really big beard.
Yeah.
Like when ginger. So basically, if I walked in there with just a scruffy top and a beard, it basically I looked homeless, and I just went in there for free food. It did. So I had to keep the jacket on with my name tag just to prove that I was a guest.
Sick. Oh my god, we're too old. I'm sorry, we're too old. Physically, no, but mentally, physically, yes, my body's falling apart.
To be honest, my dreams aren't getting much better when I go to bed either.
No, I know that feeling.
I mean, a few days ago, I had the most weirdest dream, and my family have been wondering if I'm all right thanks to this dream. and that is the fact that when I was asleep, I dreamt that wouldn't Scooby-Doo have had a lot easier time if instead of using elaborate traps, he'd just use a grenade.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong.
And now, ever since that, all I can think of, whoa, Raggy, a grenade. It's like Scoops, a pin.
Fuck's sake. So, as we mentioned at the start of this podcast, there is a chance that we'll go off on weird fucking tangents.
That's game highlights. So
yes, Dan's gamer highlights. For me, I am looking forward to Football Manager 23. So. It's launched now. It's available on Game Pass. I played 22. A pal of mine online, Jay Feats, again, I say a pal, an acquaintance online, has started playing it recently and has told me good things. So I am very much excited to lose. Whereas Dan will lose days of his life to Warcraft, I will likely do the same, searching for the next future star on Football Manager 23. Because FIFA 23 has kept my attention a little bit. Yes, I did cave and end up buying it, despite saying I wouldn't. And yeah, it's kept my attention, but I'm kind of looking forward to to just sit in and play Football Manager because it's less stress and it's more fun. And again, it's amazing just how much time you can actually spend in it. Like you wouldn't think there's much you could do.
Yeah. Is that like what you're saying? Because we're down the track, I usually do with Uzi and Lugarth. We're doing like the whole fantasy.
No,
thing.
that's fantasy football we do on our phone. That's just an app that we do where we get points. Football Manager is basically you become the manager of a club and you take over everything. So you're responsible for like picking the tactics for games, picking the squad, buying, selling players, sorting out your coaching, your scouting, your physio room. You basically take on like the full role of a football manager, and it can just be so easy to go, I've been sitting here for 4 hours. I wonder how much in-game time has passed. Oh, 2 days.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, as people have clearly like watched me and stuff like that, I am not a big football fan. It is, but surely the tactics should be you defend, you take ball, you score goal.
You'd think so. You'd think it would be as easy as that. Sadly, it's not, because footballers are fucking stupid. I know, I was one.
Not just stupid, they're fucking dramatic.
Fucking, I know, tell me about I've twisted my sock and my shoelace come undone. Shut the fuck up. That's the one time, like, I look at my father and I feel like I'm turning into him, and he goes, oh, get up. See, back in my day, we would get, like, our ears chopped off midway through the game. What the fuck are you on about? It's like, we would just get up and carry on. Shut the fuck up, father. No, you didn't. But yeah, that's what I feel like I'm turning into my dad.
Back in my day, we could die in the middle of a game and get up and walk it off.
I know. And even then, we'd still just have to have one less pint in the pub afterwards. Shut the fuck up. I remember once my whole leg came off, I just stuck it back on with a bit of tape and got the magic sponge, and I was good to go. I just had to kick with my left for the rest of the game. No, you fucking didn't. Shut the fuck up.
Do you know, right, for Scottish football, I'm actually surprised, like, people's shoes aren't held up by, like, duct tape or something, like, or Velcro for some reason.
Can't confirm that mines were most of the time. Low level. I was as low level at football as I am at fucking content creation. But we are not only aiming to obviously bring you news and all that jazz, we also like to, we've decided that we're going to wrap our shows up by bringing a bit of positivity and bringing some spotlight to other people who we feel deserve it as well. So our last little segment is going to be Ones to Watch, where Dan and I both highlight a streamer that we think you should check out. If you like, basically we'll tell you their kind of content that they've got or what they stream regularly, and if they've got a schedule when they go live, and if you want to check them out because you enjoy the similar content, then by all means feel free to do so. Dan, who have you got first?
I've got a Pokemon streamer known as Oshagod.
Ooh, okay.
They do. Now, Oshagod, their stream is somewhat irregular due to the fact that they've only streamed like once this week at the moment. But like last week, he streamed twice. 2 weeks ago, he didn't stream at all.
Yeah.
Again, like me.
I understand why you found him.
Fuck you. Oshagod does do mainly Pokemon streams, but also does some a little bit Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
They do the Pokemon stream at the moment. They're just doing like what Lucas does, shiny hunting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mostly while shiny hunting, it's a lot of banter. A lot of just chatting, enjoying themselves, and I think it's really just really good because they do. The one thing I do love about smaller creators than bigger creators is that they participate with chat a lot more.
Yes,
and
agreed.
I understand why bigger creators don't do that as much because obviously, there's so many people in chat, it's very hard to keep up with it. But but you're not trying. You know,
you're just not trying.
I've seen big creators, right? And I've seen big creators who really do talk with chat, and they're trying so hard, and it does work. It can be done.
Yeah. Right.
But then you see the big ones who only read stuff from subs or donations and stuff, and that makes it that kind of makes it seem like that's a standard for them to be talked to. Yeah, no. I think a lot of the time, to give them their due, a lot of the time, if there is so much stuff coming through, if they've got an audio alert or whatever for subs and bits, audio alert pinging in your ears, does kind of force you to then go, huh, and look at your TV. I've noticed it as well. Whenever I get, I'm fucking nowhere near their levels. If I get anyone subs, follows, comes in, anything that triggers an audio on in my ears, and I'll go, what? And I'll look to that side and see what the fuck it was. Because obviously, if it's a raid, I want to be able to give them time. If it's a sub or whatever, but yeah, I'm a small streamer,
But if you're someone who's got like 1,000, 2,000 viewers, even a couple of hundred, it can be hard for you to pick out messages. Sometimes the audio alert triggers. You turn, you look at the screen. There's been 600 messages in the last 30 seconds. You just see the one that's had something attached to it.
Yeah, I mean that's why I think slow mode has been enabled now.
Yeah, slow mode's been enabled for a while.
Thing right, so like the can't send anymore like any messages between like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah,
which is hilarious when you're trying to get a response.
yeah. Like son of a
What are
bitch.
you, so what are you doing? Silence for like a minute. I'm okay. Cool. What you been up to? No, excuse me.
They've already fucking logged off.
Exactly.
Choking myself. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll put a link to their channel down in the description. But again, Dan, do you want to spell out the name just in case anyone's searching for it?
Yes, Oshagod. Oshagod.
Oshagod. Oshagod.
It is.
I am going to highlight someone who isn't really within our little community, but kind of is. They're on like the fringes of it. But they are a small streamer, 200 followers. Twitch streamer who's LGBTQIA+ and tired. That about section gets me straight away. They play many games from RPGs to adventure to life sims, basically just whatever they vibe with at the time. Come and join for a stream for love fuzzies and watching their brains shut off when I have to think of two things at once. It's a Ajexi TV.
So
it's AJEXI TV. They honestly, just one of the most fucking wonderful individuals. I follow them on Twitter and keep up with them there. I've only caught a couple of streams, but I have caught through. I think I actually met them through Z, who did raided out into their channel at one point. But yeah, Ajexi is definitely someone worthy of your attention. So if you like watching, like they've said in there, the Sims, Pokemon versions of stuff. The last stream was No Man's Sky. Before that was Legends Arceus. They've played Darkest Dungeons, Sims 4, Gartic Phone, Dreamlet. I'm not going to do them the injustice of calling them a variety streamer, because I fucking hate that term personally. But Ajexi is a very... The gameplay might vary, but the personality and the attitude never does. And that, to me, is something that is worthwhile sticking around someone's stream for. So yeah, check out Ajexi TV if you get a minute.
Oh, I mean, the personality of the stream is basically they come for the content, but they steer for the streamer. Is basically what I've heard.
Exactly, which is why my numbers are so fucking low.
What is this Scottish bastard calling everyone a prick for?
I know. Why have we logged in here and no one can understand a word he's saying, and for some strange reason he's calling his dog a loser? I don't know.
I mean,
all right,
to be honest, right, you have gotten rid of the channel point redemption where you speak...
Doric, yeah,
that's it. I was going to say Gaelic, but that's Welsh, isn't it?
Well, there's Gaelic further north, but yeah, it's just that's a whole fucking debate. God, don't go into it.
Actually, let's go into it. What's the difference?
No. That's another stream altogether. But yes, I used to have channel point redemptions for a lot of things. I used to have speaking Doric, random crap, but I have brought one back. I brought one sort of back. I varied it slightly. It used to be called Rub My Tummy.
Oh, Rub My Tummy for Diki!
But now it's called All Hail the King.
Do you hold them up as like Simba?
Similar to it, yes, but the audio that plays as well is All Hail King of the Losers.
Oh, do you know what would be hilarious?
Oh god.
Right, have you seen Men in Black 2?
Yes.
The tiny people in the locker.
Yes.
All hail Jay! All hail
Jay!
Oh Jay!
Yes.
Can we see? It'll be fantastic if you get an audio version of that, but just for Deke. All hail Deke! All hail Deke!
I could make
Deke.
one.
Yes, do it. Oh Deke, can you sing?
'Cause he is tiny Doge. He's currently lying on the bed sleeping next to me wrapped up in a blanket, which I think is him giving me his sign that I need to shut up and go for a shower because I probably smell. But not the folks need to know.
Burrito.
He's a Diquito.
Diquito.
I mean, he is part Chihuahua. He's part, so, he's like part Mexican. So people say, the Mexican terrorizers. Anyway, that's going to do it for episode 1 of Aspect Ratio. let us know what you thought of the show by either giving it a rating if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or a like and a comment if you're watching on the YouTube channel instead. We will be back in a week's time with some more chaotic stuff where we'll discuss, as always, any Twitter drama that's been cracking on, our game highlights, and we will bring up another Ones to Watch streamer as well. Dan, anything from you before we go for the day, sir?
Again, just going back to what we said earlier, freedom of speech is not freedom for consequences. So just watch what you say, people. Don't be idiots. Be nice to people, because you might never know. They might be nice to you back. Okay? That's all I'm going to say for now.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Be open-minded. Don't be a dick. What a shit way to end the show. Anyway, we'll be back in a week's time with episode 2 of Aspect Ratio. In the meantime, folks, enjoy your week. Take care. Peace. Love you. Bye.
Peace.